on an intellectual level, yes. And you do want to be like that with somebody, don't you? You know what I mean? You want to have decent bloody conversations and, you know, push each other to grow and keep growing together. That's what we're all looking for, basically. He also sees how you motivate yourself and how determined you are. Do you know what I mean? And here we go. This is the release, and I knew this was going to come up, because look, this is victory at the end of this. When you do this, and I know what they're talking about, right? This is really important. This is the gist of this thingy. All these things, all these new arrivals that are coming in. Whoa, yeah, there's the moon again. Watch out. I didn't go there, did I? But there's revelations, and your intuition's coming more online. So when your intuition comes more online, and also with all these waves that you're riding, and you keep trying to ground yourself and stay balanced, right, it drops. You see through all the illusions. This is what's happening. Now, I know this is happening for a fact because it happened to me, right? That's how I know what it's talking about you being this phoenix which keeps coming up all the time, and how you reach this where you... This just a signpost, you know. We never stop the journey, but the next transition, the next new start, this is you. That, as we all are at the minute, transforming. This is what makes you feel free, and it's some kind of endings. It could be with the Knight of Swords, but it could be with the King of Swords keep coming out. I'm surprised he isn't out. You know what I mean? But there's that tower again. That's the Tower of Babel. That, where you hear about that. Anyway, it's not in this read. It's not in this. Just this one is. So, what it is when you release, right? It was what I was talking about in that tower reading that I've just done a couple of days ago, right? Is when you release that it's about self-worth, right? It's self-esteem. Yeah, this card's saying it. It's about self-esteem. When you get to the point where, and I don't mean this, you'll understand it if you understand it, where you love yourself more. It's not in that way, right? People say this and people think that, you know, it's not like that. All it means is you have built this self-esteem up. You have put boundaries in place now. You have walked your talk. So when you get to this point, right, it's like you come to a point, and it is a crossroads. And I just mentioned that, didn't I, signpost? It is a crossroads, and it's where you feel, and where you probably say, right, that look, I know and I feel that I love myself more than having fear of losing this person, this thing, this situation, this whatever it is. If you're not fearing, when you genuinely feel that authentically, yeah, things change like that, because it's a different vibe that you've learned altogether. You've always been able to understand that vibe and know what that self-esteem feels like, because you've had it in lots of different instances in your life, yeah, but then we let it slide and we take for granted, and we get in all these ruts and cycles and what have you, and now you've dragged yourself back out, but there's no going back this time, you know. This change stays, and it's permanent. This release, and this release, like, don't be frightened of this release, right? Because I've said, whatever is meant, right, it'll be for you. And if you think that whatever you're releasing could be for you, it doesn't matter. That's not the thing at the minute, yeah, because we're all too far. We've all gone too far now, yeah. That's not. It's nothing to do with. It's not personal, right? When you look at it like that, it's not personal. It's about how it makes you feel. Once you release whatever it is, and you'll know it. It'll be, if you ask, please show me, right? But you'll know. You know anyway, right? And just keep observing. They'll say you will get. They will tell you show you over and over and over again till you get it in our thick skulls, you know what I mean? Because we avoid, and this is something that you were avoiding, and I know this as well, right? So when you do this, I promise you, when you absolutely, genuinely get to that point where you think, I ducked, you know, I'm not frightened, yeah? You're so strong now, you see. This is where it's not about the person, right? It's about you inside and how you feel. And when you feel that freedom, when you feel that lift off your shoulders, right? When that lifts you right back up into this, you know, into this self-esteem again that you've been elusive maybe for so long. Or maybe you could have had a self-esteem that was, you know, too egotistic, because the egos in this one, I haven't even had a chance to get any of these cards. This is what I mean, in these messages are so woven in with so many, and they all attached to everybody. But what I'm saying here is, whatever you release, if this is a person, because this is part of I had this last week, right? And I didn't know where it was going to fit in, but this fits in perfectly, right? It's to do with the twin flames, or soulmates, whatever you want, you know that. Anyway, what happens is, because you're going to do it, do you know what I mean? It's here. There you are. Look at you, victorious at the top of the hill. You know, with the six of fire, it's because it's this faith in yourself as well, and faith in your own beliefs, and faith in what you do believe in. So that's why this is all coming in, right? And then there's a mixture coming in, but basically, if you're thinking on the love terms, right, this is, if they're meant, it's like, when it doesn't matter who they are, right? Because when you release them, it could be just it could be a crush. Do you know what I mean? It could be someone that you love from afar. It could be just anything that you've held on to tightly to, or, you know, that you keep going, things that you keep trying to go to the outcome with, and you can't quite get there, and that's why you've got to not do it, because if it's a twin flame, right, the more you stay in the now, the more you stay in your process doing your own thing, the more it attracts them. You know, every time you put your focus on them, your energy goes on them, and they turn the other way, right? It goes like that. It's weird. I know it's weird, but I've heard it for a long, long time, and I understand it. I believe it. I can feel it. I've felt it. I know this happens, right? So whatever is meant for you, at the bottom line is, if it is somebody you love, you will say, even if you don't say it to the person, you will say to yourself, right, I set you free. Yeah, I set you free. And what happens then is this, right? Is this. And this is where he comes in and he says, and I am here. Yeah, that's what happens. When you release them, they come in and say, and I am here. In Emperor energy, right? Determined to treat you how you deserve to be treated. This is Emperor energy coming in now. You know what I mean? Oh, I enjoyed that. There's so many others though. You know what I mean? So in this one, you know, the new arrival is quite a lot of things. Can be quite a lot of things, but I think it's this. It's all leading into this love things. You pack of soppy buggers, right? So I'll do another one.